want to ask you about Donald Trump. You are in a feud with Donald Trump right now. Do you know this?
No, I don't.
Because this is very exciting.
Oh,
for
really?
me, because he doesn't like me either, and so anytime there's somebody new he doesn't like, I feel a fraternity, a brotherhood with this.
Okay, so we're having beef?
You're having beef because I guess you said in an interview that you were a better golfer than him, and then you told a story. Is this true that he signed you up for one of your golf clubs and didn't tell you?
Yeah.
Let's start with where this beef really began. Back in January 2016, Jackson gave an interview to Rhapsody magazine where he talked about golfing with Trump. The interviewer asked, who was the better golfer? Jackson's response, oh, I am, for sure. I don't cheat. Shots fired. Trump, being Trump, immediately went on Twitter and denied the whole thing.
Not a bad thing.
Now, it's very interesting when Donald Trump says someone is out on TV too much, because, he's with exposure, he thinks it's very careful to just barely be on TV at all.
Barely get yourself out there.
But is that true? You say, you claim right here you have met him.
Yeah, I met him a lot.
You've played golf with him.
I played golf with him.
He claims...
I actually played golf with him with Anthony Anderson one day.
Gotcha.
And we were all playing together, and we clearly saw him hook a ball into a lake at Trump National in Jersey. And his caddy told him he found it.
Now, was the caddy soaking wet when he said this?
No, he was not. Yeah, he just took off running, and next thing you know, I got it, Mr. Trump! And you're like...
I don't know at Samuel Jackson. To best of my knowledge, haven't played golf you him and think he does too many TV commercials. Boring. Not a fan. So Jackson posted proof. An actual bill from Trump National Golf Club. A bill from the guy that doesn't know me and never golfed with me. I'm gonna block his ass too. Then Jackson went on Late Night with Seth Meyers and told this story. We clearly saw him hook a ball into a lake at Trump National in Jersey, and his caddy told him we found
Sam
it.
Jackson got into a little Twitter beef with Donald Trump. Donald Trump claimed that he had never golfed with Sam Jackson. He wrote, I don't know Samuel L. Jackson. To the best of my, there you go. To the best of my knowledge, haven't played golf with him and think he does too many TV commercials. Boring, not a fan. You came to the defense of Sam Jackson immediately. You tweeted right here, come on. Donald Trump, you played golf with Samuel Jackson and me as well. We also had lunch together. Shrimp and hot dogs sound familiar.
Yeah.
So you did golf, the three of you golfed together.
We golfed together at Trump's course in Bedminster and had a great time.
Yeah.
Myers asked, was the caddy soaking wet when he said this? Jackson, no, he was not. Translation, Trump's caddy lied about finding the ball, Trump cheated, and Jackson called him out publicly. Anthony Anderson, who was also there, backed up the whole story. He tweeted at Trump, come on, at real Donald Trump you played golf with at Samuel L. Jackson and me as well. We also had lunch together. Shrimp and hot dogs. Sound familiar? Trump still denied it. He even attacked Jackson's golf swing, calling it not athletic.
Did you see a splash? You saw a splash.
Gotcha.
And he used to call me, I have another person that can verify that he knows me. He called me one day, I was here in New York, and was always calling him, Samuel L., the Don. I go, who? The Don. Oh, Mr. Trump, how you doing? Yeah, you busy today? No. You want to play golf? Sure. Well, I'm not going to play, but I got a friend wants to play, and we're going to play at my club in, it was over here, not in Manhattan, but the other Trump club that's on this side of the bridge. And when I got there, it was President Clinton.
Really?
Who could also verify that Donald Trump knows me.
Wow.
The same rednecks. But the golf thing? That's just surface level. Jackson's real issue with Trump goes way deeper. In June 2023, Jackson gave an interview to Rolling Stone that went viral for all the right reasons. He didn't hold back. When I grew up in segregation, I knew which white people didn't want to be bothered with me, and I knew how they felt about me, Jackson said.
Well, President Trump is fond of saying that he's done more for the black community than any president since Abraham Lincoln. And his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, said this week about the black community that Trump, quote, can't want them to be successful more than they want to be successful.
When I see Trump, I see the same rednecks I saw when I was growing up who called me she and tried to keep me in my place. He continued, that's what the Republican Party is to me. They're doing it to young people, gay people. They don't care who you are. If you're not them, you're the enemy. This wasn't some off-the-cuff remark. This was Samuel L. Jackson, one of the biggest movie stars in the world.
What do you make of these types of comments coming out of this administration, Sam?
Well, first of all, I can't take a lot that Jared Kushner said seriously. I mean, he is Jared Kushner, right?
So why should we, listen to what he has to say? Especially, I mean, how many black people you really think he knows or talks to on a regular basis, so he can understand that? So that's not something that I, take in. The administration is the administration. We know who they are. We know how they feel about the black community, and they said a lot of things about what they've done and what they haven't done, and we can see evidence of that by the number of black people that are in the administration and what they do, particularly for the black community. So, I mean, that's something you should take seriously.
Directly comparing Trump to the racist who terrorized him as a black kid in the segregated South. And he meant every word. If that motherfucker becomes president. Back in December 2015, Jackson appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live for a sketch called The Hateful Eight Ball with Samuel L. Jackson. They were joking about Trump's chances of winning. Jackson said, "If that motherfucker becomes president, I will move my black ass to South Africa."
I'm reading your tweet. I'm reading your Twitter.
What does my tweet say?
Your tweet said, "Why y'all so anxious for me to leave? I pay more than you." I won't say that part. Him too. I want to know what you think about it. That's it.
I tweeted that.
That's it. Nothing else.
Twitter account, just like he has a Twitter account. I used it. Look, everybody keeps saying I said I was leaving. I was doing a Jimmy Kimmel sketch. I was portraying a magic 8-ball. You remember that? Did you see that?
I did see that.
So why does everybody think that's my personal opinion? Nobody attributes those first two questions to my personal opinion. So why did you think that's my personal opinion?
I'm just asking the question to clear it up. We'll clear it up.
You could have cleared it up by being a smart journalist yourself and saying, that was a Jimmy Kimmel skit, right?
Trump won. Jackson didn't move, but he also didn't back down. When asked later if he cared that his anti-Trump stance might lose him fans, Jackson told Esquire, "I know how many motherfuckers hate me. I'm never gonna see a Sam Jackson movie again. Fuck I care. If you never went to another movie I did in my life, I'm not going to lose any money. I already cashed that check. Fuck you." That's Samuel L. Jackson in a nutshell. Zero fucks given.
What do you make of these types of comments coming out of this administration, Sam?
Well, first of all, I can't take a lot that Jared Kushner said seriously. I mean, he is Jared Kushner, right? So why should we, listen to what he has to say? Especially, I mean, how many black people you really think he knows or talks to on a regular basis, so he can understand that? So that's not something that I, take in. The administration is the administration. We know who they are. We know how they feel about the black community, and they said a lot of things about what they've done and what they haven't done, and we can see evidence of that by the number of black people that are in the administration and what they do, particularly for the black community. So, I mean, that's something you should take seriously.
Bonding with Brie Larson over Trump. In that same Rolling Stone interview, Jackson talked about working with Brie Larson on her movie Unicorn Store in 2016. They were on set when Trump won the election. "We bonded through the election while we were doing her movie when Donald Trump won," Jackson said. "She was broken and I was like, don't let him break you. You have to be strong now."
Here's the bummer.
And Don did show up, and he took Bill in and bought him a jacket and gave me nothing.
I got bad news for you. The one person that might not back you up right now in this story is Bill Clinton, because I don't know if he's going to want to say a story that he was golfing with Donald Trump either.
He didn't golf that day.
He didn't golf that day.
He did not golf that
So
day.
who did you end up golfing with?
With Mr. Clinton.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Bill and I went out and played. Don showed up in the middle of the round, and we went into the clubhouse, and he gave Bill a jacket because it was a little chilly.
Wow. He didn't even ask you if you were cold?
No. I had a jacket on.
Oh, you already had a jacket on.
I was good.
When Larson later got cast as Captain Marvel and faced massive online hate from Trump-supporting trolls, Jackson had her back. He called the haters incel dudes who hate strong women and praised Larson for being a feminist with outspoken opinions. The wind farms video fast forward to July 2025. Trump's attacking wind farms, calling them a disgrace.
Sam Jackson was on the show.
Yes.
Sam Jackson got into a little Twitter beef with Donald Trump. Donald Trump claimed that he had never golfed with Sam Jackson. He wrote, "I don't know Samuel L. Jackson. To the best of my, there you go. To the best of my knowledge, haven't played golf with him and think he does too many TV commercials. Boring, not a fan." You came to the defense of Sam Jackson immediately. You tweeted right here. Come on. Donald Trump, you played golf with Samuel Jackson and me as well. We also had lunch together. Shrimp and hot dogs sound familiar.
Yeah.
So you did golf. The three of you golfed together.
We golfed together at Trump's course in Bedminster and had a great time.
Yeah.
So what does Samuel L. Jackson do? He stars in a video for Swedish energy company Vattenfall defending wind power. Motherfucking wind farms, loud, ugly, harmful to nature. Who says that? Jackson says in the video, shaking his head. These giants are standing tall against fossil fuels, rising up out of the ocean like a middle finger to CO2. This came literally one day after Trump called windmills a disgrace during a visit to Scotland.
Wind farms. Loud, ugly, harmful to nature. Who says that? These giants are standing tall against fossil fuels, rising up out of the ocean like a middle finger to CO2. Deep beneath the waves, they can become artificial reefs, creating habitats for sea life to grow. These are wind farm seaweed snacks made with seaweed grown at a Vattenfall wind farm. Serious gourmet. So, what's it gonna be? Mother wind farms or mother wind farms?
Jackson didn't coordinate with anyone. He just saw Trump attacking clean energy and decided to clap back. Because that's what he does. Why Jackson doesn't back down. Here's the thing about Samuel L. Jackson that makes him different from a lot of Hollywood celebrities who criticize Trump. He genuinely doesn't care about the backlash. When people tell him to stick to acting, his response is basically, I'm rich as hell. I've been fighting racism since before you were born, and I'm not shutting up for anyone.
What did you think of that MF-er Donald Trump tweeting that you're a boring actor who does too many TV commercials?
Oh my God, did he tweet that?
Yeah, he did.
What was your reaction to that?
I look at my bank account, I laugh.
Speaking of which, the #1 question for you was, what's in your wallet?
My wife's hand.
There you go.
Jackson was an usher at Martin Luther King Jr.'s funeral. He grew up in segregation in Tennessee. He knows exactly what racism looks like, and he sees it in Trump. He's not guessing, he's not being political, he's calling out what he recognizes from his own lived experience. The pattern. Here. So is there one big exposed Trump on live TV moment number? What there is instead is a decade-long pattern of Samuel L. Jackson consistently, publicly, and unapologetically calling Trump exactly what he sees.
I just learned out we have one thing in common. We are both terrible golfers. Because there's a new tell-all book about the president called Commander-in-Chief, How Golf Explains Trump.
First of all, why did you go up to Mr. Trump, and what did he say to you when you approached him?
Well, I went up out of courtesy and out of respect for the office of President of the United States. Actually, the last time I'd seen Trump was the Saturday before Easter of 2015 at the same golf course with my friend David Koch. We were chatting on the putting green. It was the first time I'd worn knickers. I made a joke about it, and Donald laughed, and he said, I hope you enjoy the golf course. I went up to him, and, you know, in the spirit of the United States of America, and said, congratulations, sir. And then he launched into a diatribe, but I had been rough on him. He used an expletive to describe the content of my book. I looked him in the eye and I said, it's all true. And he said, not in the way you said it. I can't believe why you're here. Well, again, I'd been there a little over a year and a half ago. And I said, well, I came with David Koch. Well, he said, I think it's inappropriate for you to play here and I want you to leave. And so I said, fine. And we left.
A cheat, a racist, and a fraud. He exposed Trump cheating at golf with witnesses and receipts. He exposed Trump's lies about not knowing him with a literal bill. He exposed Trump's racism by connecting it directly to the segregation-era South. He's done all this across multiple interviews, TV appearances, and even commercial videos. Not one viral moment, but years of refusing to stay quiet. Why this matters. The headline wants you to think there's some dramatic confrontation you missed.
Donald Trump being busted cheating at golf. We can see a caddy dropping a ball there for the president while he played at one of his courses in Scotland.
When the going gets tough, the tough pay someone to cheat for you.
Claims to have a handicap of 2.8. Now lower is better. So to put that in perspective, Jack Nicklaus, winner of a record 18 major golf titles and generally considered the greatest golfer in the history of the game, has a handicap of 3.4.
But the reality is more important. Samuel L. Jackson represents something Trump can't handle, a black man who's more successful, more respected, and more powerful than Trump will ever be, and who refuses to kiss his ass. Jackson doesn't need Trump. He doesn't need Republicans. He's already at the top. And from that position, he uses his platform to say what millions of people think but can't say as loudly.
2 weeks ago, Stephen Colbert announced that he was leaving his show. Howard Stern announced that he and Sirius XM Radio are parting ways. Do you think the hate Trump business model that's been in the entertainment business is going out of business because it's not popular with the American people?
Well, it hasn't worked, and it hasn't worked really for a long time, and I would say pretty much from the beginning. Colbert has no talent. I mean, I could take anybody here, I could go outside on the beautiful streets and pick up a couple of people that do just as well or better. They get higher ratings than he did. He's got no talent. Fallon has no talent. Kimmel has no talent. They're next. They're going to be going. I hear they're going to be going. I don't know, but I would imagine because they get, you know, Colbert has better ratings than Kimmel or Fallon. You know that.
Trump is a racist. Trump is a cheat. Trump reminds him of the worst people from the worst era of American history. The bottom line. No, Samuel L. Jackson didn't have one epic moment exposing Trump on live TV. What he's done is better. He's spent a decade consistently, publicly, and fearlessly calling Trump out. On golf cheating, on racism, on lies, on everything. When Trump lied and said he didn't know Jackson, Jackson posted proof. When Trump attacked wind farms, Jackson made a video defending them.
But more important than that is it ruins the landscape. It kills the birds. They're noisy. You know, you have a certain place in the Massachusetts area that over the last 20 years had 1 or 2 whales wash ashore, and over the last short period of time, they had 18, okay? Because it's driving them loco. It's driving them crazy. Now, windmills will not come. It's not going to happen in the United States, and it's very expensive, and I would love to see. I mean, today I'm playing the best course, I think, in the world, Turnberry. Even though I own it, it's probably the best course in the world, right? And I look over the horizon and I see 9 windmills. It's like right at the end of the 18th. I said, isn't that a shame? What a shame. You have the same thing all over Europe in particular. You have windmills all over the place. Some of the countries prohibit it, but people ought to know that these windmills are very destructive. They're environmentally unsound, just the exact opposite. Because the environmentalists, they're not really environmentalists, they're political hacks. These are people that, they almost want to harm the country. But you look at these beautiful landscapes all over the, you know, the world. Many countries have gotten smart, they will not allow it.
When Trump won in 2016, Jackson didn't stay quiet. He got louder. The man who gave us, "I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane," has been applying that same energy to Trump for years. And unlike a lot of celebrities who talk tough and then back down, Jackson means it. He doesn't care if Trump supporters boycott his movies. He doesn't care if conservatives call him divisive.
Before all that boring international trade stuff, Trump hit the links, where he had a good round with a little help from cheating, allegedly. See if you can spot the alleged moment. Okay, he's in the cart looking for his ball. Those are his caddies up ahead, and bloop. There it is. Wow.
He doesn't care if people tell him to shut up and act. He sees Trump as a racist. He says it out loud, and he's not stopping. That's not one viral moment. That's a decade of integrity. So the next time you see a headline about Samuel L. Jackson exposing Trump, remember, he's been doing that all along. Not for clicks, not for attention, because it's who he is. And Trump, he still can't admit they played golf together.